I wanted to sit down and make this really quick video on just how beneficial a Lambo really is. As cliche and stupid and materialistic as that sounds, this may be one of the best videos you watch for many reasons. And no, I'm not telling you guys to take on liabilities, more so using this as an asset. And this might not be the typical way you're thinking, oh, sell a course, blah, 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 do this. These are the real benefits after 2 years of owning a Lamborghini that I've had come into my life and why it is completely worth the money. So I know a lot of guys watching this, maybe they're a bit younger, they're in college or something, and they have these big dreams and amazing dreams. I'll be talking to you guys of just how easy it really is and why, even though everybody else around you say no, don't do it, why you should pull the trigger. And it's not just because of YOLO. But the first thing I would say is make sure you can actually comfortably afford it. Depending on if you get a Huracan, Aventador, or a Urus, it's typically between like $4,000 up to $7,000 a month, while putting down at least $50,000 to $100,000 down payment. Or you can buy it cash, which I don't really recommend, considering you should be using your liquid for your actual business. But yes, you need to be comfortably making at least like $10,000 to $20,000 a month. Doesn't matter what it is. I highly recommend e-commerce. E-commerce is how I did it. I've actually been able to make millions of dollars in e-commerce. And I do recommend, something with like a reoccurring aspect, not trading or meme coins, but something where you can actually have money coming back every day or every month or whatever it is, but you need something that's reoccurring. When it's reoccurring, it's like you can just be laying on a beach and know how much money you're gonna make in the future. That's what I do. I implement subscriptions within my e-commerce store. And shamelessly, if you are wondering or looking for help on that, you can hit me on Instagram at Leo Kuzno, and I can actually point some fingers and show you the right ways. But yeah, you need some sort of main income. So first things first is Lamborghini is like a genuine cheat code in life. Think of it like you're always getting brought to the front of the line. The doors are literally coming at you. Unfortunately, the reality that we live in is people view status within materials. So you got to understand the game and actually play it. And having a Lambo will basically get you anything you want in a weird way. You will be a priority to other people. The way people regard you, the way people talk about you and other people do is of status and high level. And that's something that you're going to want in this world, because as a man, you really don't have much going on. In fact, your voice or opinion doesn't really mean much unless you have money. Otherwise, unfortunately, people just won't take you seriously. And a Lambo is one of the best ways to get that point across quickly. Whether they're 80 years old, 4 years old, everybody knows what a Lambo is. Again, these are some more immediate things, but we'll get into a few of those like 2-year-long benefits that don't come until way down the line. Again, I've owned this car. I got it from Lamborghini Philadelphia. I'm not out here renting it like some of these guys or having it for 1 or 2 months and then mysteriously needing to sell it. Confidence is one of the biggest things here, and it's probably one of the biggest things for a lot of you guys. The way I felt when I looked at that steering wheel and I took delivery of my Lamborghini like 2 years ago, was that I can do anything I want. I can create my own reality. And I think every man of venture deserves to experience that feeling and know that they can do that. Because in the beginning, it truly is hard. The future looks fuzzy. You have no accolades to back it. The world is against you. Your own family's, against what you're doing. And it is just tough. Now, I'm not saying that you need to start with a Lambo for that feeling. In fact, when I did my first $100,000 month when I was 18 years old, and the first thing I did is I went and I bought a Mercedes. Whether you're buying a Mercedes or BMW when you make your first little bit of money, or Audi, whatever, think of that feeling. If you've already been there, if you've already done that, made some online money, think of that feeling times 1,000,000 when you get your Lambo. When you get the prize that all the dudes are chasing after, and it's yours, it's in your hands, and you know that you could do it. That is a feeling that you don't get very often. But again, it does take some time and strategy to get it. But once you have it, it is basically free, which I'll be talking about a little bit later on. But yeah, confidence is huge, and what it does for your mental and how it translates in business is literally everything. Now, this one's a bit more financial, and I will say it, I dare to say it, but personal branding. Again, people are regarding you a lot higher. They see you've done what it takes to get some real money in. Don't let people on money Twitter say, oh, you have this type of Lambo, it's not whatever it is. No one cares if you have a Lambo, whatever. if you have a Lamborghini, I have a Huracan Performante, and I have other cars. I have a G63, I have a McLaren 765 LT, and I will say the Lamborghini has done the most for me without trying, okay? This was not my intention. In real life and online, you know, whenever I post a picture of it, whenever I go to a store, even today, that's why I wanted to make this video. It's like I got this car 2 years ago. I don't think anything of it. I drive it around like a normal car. I drive it hard. I really use it, and I don't really like care too much about it. And people are always asking, what do I do for a living? Who am I? Can I help them? You know, even Uber drivers just seeing it or taking me to my car, next thing you know, they're asking to give me 5K and learn from me. And you know, a lot of people will say, I think you're stupid if you're not going to monetize your brand or who you are, your image, because this like truly does play a lot into your image, and people will look at that and they'll want to pay you. And I'm not saying sell a course or something, but some sort of consulting, you know, whatever you did to make that money, they're going to want to know, and you can charge people. And I think, yeah, if you're not going to charge people, I mean, that's a you thing, but for people who may be on the come up and building that online persona and who they are, this is a huge asset, and it will pay for itself, you know, within one transaction. One transaction will pay for the car for the whole month. By the way, if you are trying to start some sort of like personal brand or anything and you need help, I'm going to play the exact card on you. You guys can hit me in the DMs and get some help, you know, starting your personal brand, creating the back-end systems, the funnels, and actually making money online, and actually starting to make money off info online. I mean, talking about the price of the vehicle, it's all a tax write-off as well, and the car maintains its value throughout the time that you own it. I got this car for about 315 grand, and I can go and sell it private party for about the same price I bought it for, and got to use the shit out of it. This is literally an asset. It's just you have to be able to afford it first, and then you get to play with that. But to be fair, the Lamborghini, it's simply fun as hell, and it's amazing, truly. My happiness, the way I can just start my day, get in the Lambo, and just be reminded of like what I've done and what I've worked for is everything. It's super motivating and inspiring. Listening to a V10 just go crazy, or a V12, or the rumbles of a V8 in a Urus. I mean, whatever you're rocking with, it's truly amazing, and something that every man should definitely have a part of their life. I truly believe that. It's by far, between any watch or any, like, get a Lambo, get a sports car first. Yes, I understand watches do hold value. I have many watches, but you can't like drive a watch. And although the watch might help you close that, you know, I get it, those big boy deals, those $1,500,000, those $100,000 plus deals, or arrangements you make at a special event or dinner or something like that, I get it. But the way a supercar looks to literally everyone will open up way more many doors. In fact, opportunities will just be flung at you. It will take your life to an exponential level. Like, it's literally costing you not to have a Lambo. Think of it like you're playing life on God mode. Like, you literally cannot be touched. It's insane. And you're able to just speak your mind honestly. You can make mistakes. People will trust what you say. Your word, everything you do is held so much higher. Just overall, like I said, overall in business, everything. And connections, you know, on the internet. When you post this car, I had some people, you know, that I watch, famous streamers now and things like that, or people that I grew up watching that have tens of millions of followers or subscribers, reach out to me, want to start businesses and stuff like that with me. And it's probably one of the most full circle moments, and you kind of realize, in a sense, I know there's other milestones, but in a sense, you did make it in the current real world. And having a goal of this is not silly. In fact, it's probably one of the most beneficial things I've bought, and I've done everything. I've spent millions clubbing, I've spent millions on traveling, whatever it is. And this by far is the most beneficial thing, by far. But it's also not just connections on the internet. I get invited to, you know, Lamborghini events where I'm meeting the CEO of Lamborghini, where I'm talking to people who've made billions of dollars and have car collections upwards to 100 million. In fact, when you're like that younger guy there, you're actually the more people, what are people are interested in? Who's the young guy? Why is he making so much money? And what's he doing? How can I do it? And those types of white collar connections, those elite level connections are everything. Again, that is from what happened, you know, when you buy your car from the dealership, years go by and things like that. Otherwise, you know, if you're renting or stuff like that, you probably aren't. And truly, you wouldn't have that opportunity if you didn't own a Lamborghini and bought it from Lamborghini. That type of stuff is crazy into throwing you into the big leagues in life. That next level, that's above the Lamborghini. So next thing is, it's just a great investment. Like I said, it holds its value. Driven it 10,000 miles, and I can go sell it for the same price. And maintenance on this car is crazy cheap. I get my oil full service change for like $650. Granted, I take it to Audi just because it's the same same people who do the engine. This car has been, other than like new tires, this car has been a dream. My McLaren, it's coming back from service, going back to service, just having all sorts of weird electrical issues that McLarens do. It's pretty typical. And like just having that car, the 765 for a year, and comparing it to this car for 2 years, I've probably had, it's been to the dealership like 5 times more than this while I've had it longer. And this is just only going for annuals, not like a little electrical issue that needs to get fixed, or maybe it's in lymph mode or something very technical. Although I will grant it, that is much more of a track car and problems do occur, especially pushing that high horsepower. But hey, the Lambo, when it comes to maintenance, you are totally going to be okay. You are not going to have that big of problems, but I do recommend getting it from dealership and getting a warranty, just so you, in case you get a problem or something like that, you know, you're able to get it fixed for basically free, whatever. So that's all. That's pretty much it. It is one of the best things you could do to your life. It leveled up my life in so many ways. You can drop them down below and I will be getting back to everybody. As well, please make sure to like and subscribe for more videos just like these and e-commerce related.